Hello everyone. This video will show how to wire a simple machine or control system by using the electrical schematics. For the report, you need to write down your name and your partner's name and the date. So for the equipment we need for this lab, we will need to use the control trainer, and we need to have a few test needs. So generally there are three kinds of schematics we used for the wiring, which will show, these schematics will show the information about the design and the components of an electrical circuit. So the first one is electrical schematic, which were used in building construction or power system. It will tell the technician the location where are the connected to the circuit breaker, where light switch are located, and what power is required for the special equipment, such as the stoves, the fridge, or dryer. The second schematic is electronic circuit, which shows how electronic components are connected in the circuit. So the difference between the electrical and electronic schematics actually is micro and macro. So electronic schematic is micro, and it shows the tiny electronic components such as a transistor, a resistor, diode, as shown in this picture. And the electrical schematic is macro, such as a power system. So the last one is control system schematic. Shows the symbol information of the device and how these devices will be connected. So for this course, we will use control system schematics. Okay, here shows the lab trainer layout. This trainer uses 24 volts power supply. Okay, let me adjust the camera. Okay, here shows the trainer, lab trainer on our table. There are a few normally open push buttons, actually 4, on the left. Okay, this is normally open. On the left is normally open push buttons. And on the right is 4 normally closed, in red, normally closed push buttons. Okay, and the jack color is green. For the normally closed, it's yellow. Okay, and here is emergency stop. Okay, it's the same with the normally closed. Okay, so if we have something emergency, we can press this push button. And on the top we have 4 single poles double through control relay, 4 relays. Okay, this is the power. Okay, when we power on, this pilot light will be red, will be on. Okay, and we also have a 6 pilot here. This jack color is brown. Okay, and we also have some switches here, normally open. And on the top is Rockwell It's Rockwell Automation Control Logix 5000. Okay, we can also call the Studio 5000. We will use this software for this hardware for the PLC programming. And here is HMI, which means the human-machine interface. Okay, and here is Micro A50 for its different PLC hardware. So we will learn both of them for the PLC programming, use different software. And here it's power supply, 24 volts. It's pretty safe for the human being. Okay, it's a very low power supply, and provided the power to the controller for the PLC hardware and all the PLC components. And then let's adjust the camera to the computer. Okay, on the left, the red one is positive 24 volts power supply, and the black one is common or called the grounded. And in the middle, we have a few jacks. For this one, it's the input for the Studio 5000 PLC hardware. And here is for the Micro A50 hardware, PLC hardware. Okay, separate here, Control Logix and Micro A50. And the white one is input. The blue one is outputs. Okay, it's different. I will have the video show you how to use the input, how to wire the input and output. Okay. So here is the basic knowledge about our first lab activity. So let's move to the first wiring exercise. Okay. So I will have the 3 separate videos to show how to perform these wiring exercises. So this is the first video to work on the basic wiring exercise. So you can follow these instructions in the video to work on the lab report and answer the questions. So let's look at the first wire exercise. Basic wiring exercise here. This wiring exercise will help you understand how to read the control system schematic. 2 kinds of the push buttons will be connected to turn on the individual pilot. So we can come back to the computer. I will let you know how to read the control system schematics. For this wiring schematics, we have 4 push buttons, PB1 to PB4. For the PB1, they were normal open. You can see this is normal open push button. And for this schematic, we have 3 racks. The first rack with 1 push button, and we connect it to the pilot. And the second rack, we have the emergency. Okay, you need to tell the difference between the emergency and the others, normally closed or normally open push buttons. This is emergency. We have some cover on the top and connected to the second pilot. And PB3 and PB4 connect to the pilot 3. And PB3, you need to answer the question, PB3 and PB4 is in what kind of the connection? Okay, this is in series. And on the left vertical rail is the positive power supply. You can see here. Okay, on the left, on the right is the common rail. On the right is the common. Vertical rail is the common. So you need the first job you need to do is to have to fill in the jacket position for the rest of the racks. Okay, here is I already put some symbol here, the symbol here. So the red is the positive 24 volts power supply, and connect to the green push button, and then from the green push button come to the pilot, brown pilot. So you need to complete the rest of the racks. You can copy these colors of the jacket color to the rest of the racks. Okay. So for the pilot, because we already put the grounded internal. So you don't need to put the pilot, connect the pilot to the common, because I already have the put the pilot grounded. Okay, but for the control relay, you have to put the negative control relay to the common. Okay, this is the difference between the control relay and the pilot. Okay, let me do the wiring for this schematic. Okay, let me adjust the camera. So for this lab, because I am good for this wiring, so I power on this trainer first. When you work on the trainer, please power off, and then after I checked the wiring, then power on to see the results of your wiring. First, we need to grab a few leads or the cables for the wiring. Basically, we have three kinds of the cables. The first one, this cable, have both sides have the banana, jack banana, okay? Both sides. So you can plug it in and plug out. The second lead, both sides with alligator. I hope you can find the difference, okay? Both sides are alligators, okay? This is the difference. And another one will be one side with alligator, and another side is banana. Because for the control relay, we need to use the alligator lead. So for the first rack, we connected the power to the push button PB1. So we use the banana lead. So we connect the power to the PB1, okay? And I have the labels put here. Here is PB1. I hope you can see it. And the PB1 will then come back to the pilot. Okay. So you can see the pilot is off because the green push button is normally open. So when we press that, pilot is on, which means your wiring is correct. Okay. So this is the first rod. This is the power supply, positive power supply, come to the push button, and the push button come to the pilot. This is the first rod. Let's work on the second rod. The second rod comes from the positive power supply, and then come to the emergency stop. Okay, we need to make sure emergency stop is released. Okay, released. We can twist that, make sure the emergency stop is released. So we have the plug in, and then from the emergency stop, another terminal to the pilot. So you can see the pilot is on now because emergency stop is normally closed push button. The difference between the normally open and normally closed, we can imagine that if we needed to operate one machine, we press the start. So the start is normally open. After we push that, the machine will start operating. If we have emergency, we need to stop the machine right now. So we press this emergency stop, the pilot will be off. After we get rid of the emergency, we can release this emergency stop. To release the emergency stop, you need to twist this push button. Okay, this is different, some kind of special stop push button. Okay, emergency, a twist. Okay, so this is the second rod, and the last one is PB3 and a PB4 in series. So we have PB3 and a PB4. Okay, this is PB3, push button 3. And this is push button 4. Okay, I have mark here, and I will have a few leads to work on this wiring. First, we start from the power supply. Okay, and then connect to the PB3, push button 3. And from the, you need to remember which terminal is connected to the power. Okay, you cannot use this one directly connected to the pilot or the other push buttons. Okay, this will generate the short circuit, and you cannot use the positive connect to the common. This will generate the short circuit. Okay, and you cannot use this one connect to the push button and push button come back to the common. You cannot. This also generated the short circuit and will burn this our trainer. So after we have the power supply connect to the push button PB3, we can have, and then we in series. You need to remember how to wire the push button in series. We from the power come in and come out to the PB4, and the PB4 will come to the pilot. Okay, so let's see the result. When we press PB3, pilot is off. And when we press PB4, pilot is off too. When we press PB3 and PB4 together, pilot is on, which means PB3 and PB4 is in series. Okay, so this is about how to wire based on the control schematic. So you need to answer the few questions about here. So I already give the answers when I work on this wiring. So this is the first video about the basic wiring exercise. Okay, thank you.